Hello and welcome to Unpacking Within. I am Cam, your host, and I am coming to you, as T.S. Medicine likes to say, loud, live, and in color from Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, stand up. On this podcast, we really like to practice transparency and truth and really creating the life that you want with your own experiences. And I feel like I have brought two special ladies on the podcast who I love and adore. We met months ago. I want to say, I do remember that it was cold. I feel like it was around before our birthdays, which November 10th and 11th. Was it before then?
It was actually
Was it after?
after. It was after. It was for sure after.
Can y'all tell that they were twins? Because I can't.
It was definitely after.
This was not rehearsed. I love it. I love it. But so like we came to town. I forgot why we came to town, my husband and I, and we ended up just talking about like new age dating, relationships, expectations around dating and being in relationships, love. And I just thought that the conversation was just so important to have. One, because I feel like when you are creating the life that you want for yourself, you find people find you, and sometimes you fall in love, sometimes you fall out of love. And there is definitely a new age dating era that's happening right now. How old are y'all?
26.
26. Okay, and I'm 29. So not too far apart. Are y'all 98?
98.
Okay, 98. Okay. I feel like there was a moment that was happening when we were sitting down. We really just started going in, and I was like, I think that we should host a podcast session
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
like perfect idea.
Yeah, it was a perfect idea. And I felt so compelled. One, because we were Scorpio, so like the energy had aligned. Two was I think y'all were single at the time. And we were discussing how, I don't know, like everybody dates differently, like cities date differently. Like I think y'all were telling me you're like, you don't want to do from this side of town, or you do want to do from this side of town. Like it's worthwhile. Was it like east or west thing?
Yeah.
Like stay away from.
I think we were just talking about just like people from just different areas, like all over. I was telling you that I had dated somebody from that was actually outside of Michigan.
Yeah.
And
It didn't go too well.
Like
Not a good idea.
Everything is different. Everybody and everywhere is different.
Yeah,
So that's what
their mindsets is
Crazy. I feel like when we hear, or when I hear Detroit, I think of Detroit Player.
Really.
Because I feel like
they player for sure.
They play it for sure. Do you like
I
players?
mean, I wouldn't even say that they player because I think being a part of the whole player club, it's like you tell the truth and you still get what you want.
Yeah.
I think that when you start lying and just being like unrealistic about things, it's just like
It doesn't work out.
you're not player anymore.
Yeah. I feel it.
That's not player.
Yeah.
So
that's
we
not
were
player.
we were having conversation over cocktails and wine and dinner, and just so you know, we are drinking XXL. However, this podcast is not sponsored in partnership by XXL. However, we're gonna speak it into fruition. So it is very good. I think today we are drinking, what's the flavor? Strawberry and grapes. So if you haven't had this, I would definitely recommend. One, because it gets you there. And I
Definitely.
think I had a whole bottle one time some months ago. I think it was a pineapple
By
flavor.
yourself.
By myself after work.
So how did
And
you
I,
feel?
I didn't feel anything the next day. I was like, this felt good.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That
It definitely
gets
felt
me
good.
going. So now I might have to start not go to time where to drinking by myself because I just be too much of my thoughts. But I
Yeah.
can't do the whole hangover thing.
After
Yeah.
after a long day at work.
Good idea.
So we were talking over drinks, food, and we just started hitting it on new age dating. And I feel like we're all dating. We're all trying to find love. We're all trying to find community and our own respect. And I don't know. I feel like the conversation was just so good. So I feel like this is kind of part 2/part 3 of that conversation. But I
sure.
wanted people to hear your perspectives on dating and new age dating. And I will lead and start with, how is dating going for you?
Did you want to start first, Remy?
With me, I feel like I always been like a more so like open-minded person. So dating is literally dating to me. So like the whole boyfriend and girlfriend thing is, to me, I'm not saying that it's unrealistic. When I say unrealistic, I mean that boyfriend and girlfriend is just more so a made up type of thing. It's just more so like for security. It's not really a thing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm more so, I don't know if it's religious,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that if you're dating, I think that you date, then obviously you could say the whole boyfriend and girlfriend thing, and then the husband and wife, or wife and wife, husband and husband, like however you want to go. But I think that the whole dating thing is like all messed up.
Mm.
I think that when you date, it's a round thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just date. I like this person. I don't like this person. I want to get to know this person more. I hate this person. I just no.
I would love to break down the process of dating, because when you first see someone, like, you see the physical
sure.
aspect, whether it be in person or social media.
Yeah.
And with social media, is like so many dating apps, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out in public and let's say a guy sees you, you both see each other, and let's say you're not feeling them, do you give them a real number or do you give them a fake number?
I give everybody, honestly, I give everybody my real number. It depends on
Yeah.
whether or not I'm going to text back or not.
Got you.
Yeah.
You do the same?
I always, first off, I'm a woman at the end of the day, so it's more so like people can like get aggressive if
Mhm.
you don't. They try to call you right in and there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you kind of almost gotta give them your number.
Really? Okay.
Definitely.
It can
Okay.
get scary. Like guys are.
And then these iPhones, rather not, sorry to the Android people, but I don't know how it really works as far as the blocking thing. But,
Yeah.
It's easy to just get somebody your number and just be like, no, I'm not. It's either you're going to reply or you're not, or either the blacklist,
Yeah.
And then maybe on a good night, if you just out with your friends, out with your guys, you probably don't remember.
Yeah.
I just had a good time, and then I just gave somebody my number.
So either you're feeling, well, when you are feeling the person or not, you still give them your real number. But
Absolutely.
afterwards, you go
You
straight
get to
in
pick
and like you
choose
block
how
it.
you want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, like
But-
it's literally up
How
to
you wanna
you.
move
Like
forward.
send me your Instagram, even if you
What's your name
remember.
on Instagram?
Yeah, or you don't. So vividly, like if you're at the gas station or the grocery store, somebody, oh yeah, how you doing? Can I get your number? It's okay, cool. Put my
Yeah.
number in your phone.
But me, I give people my number because I don't want them to like chase after me and like follow me and
So you feel obligated.
yeah. These days,
So when like people show aggression, you get scared.
do I?
Okay.
First off, I don't know you. Like
Yeah.
you're a stranger to me. Like you
Yeah.
can do anything to me, especially if I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I work, have to get gas, go to the grocery store, like just anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want my number, I feel like I have to give it to you.
I feel like that's kind of sad, because I feel like in a way people have come to the conclusion that they can get whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? And people just don't take regret or rejection, not regret.
Yeah, that's the whole
like
thing.
they don't take rejection well.
no.
No.
Why
So-
is it? I don't know.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
I like
Insecurities.
that insecure state of mind.
Mm.
That's what it is. It has to be. Because if I don't, what if I have a boy? Like, you haven't even asked me nothing, but a lot of people say you shouldn't ask. Like, why should I care? Blah, blah, blah. But you should care. Because that's why I'm probably rejecting you, because I care about what I have going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, even if I have a boyfriend, husband, whatever, like, I still would 9 times out of 10 give somebody my number. Like,
And
because
then-
I'm worried. I'm by myself.
What attracts you to a man to like actually like him?
The way he dressed, the way he carried himself,
The way he thinks.
the way he approached you.
Can you tell all of that? Because like, okay, on dating apps, I feel like you see the person, sometimes they put a name, maybe it's a stage name or it could be their real name. And then there's like an about me section sometimes, right? So like, do you get a feel for the personality with all of that stuff?
From social media?
Like psychologically, you're like, okay, I kind of can feel this out. Like a person would be like, I'm a 9-to-5 guy, I'm an entrepreneur, I do this, kind of talking about them just through the screen.
Oh, yeah, you can for sure.
You-
I can tell if, like, you're just trying to fit in. Like,
Yeah.
you're trying to just be a part of the whole social media.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell if you just yourself, you just get on there. I can tell by how many people you following.
Yeah, your posts. Yeah.
Like,
It's not even
How
about how
many
many people
people
that you're
you likes?
following, because it's a lot of people. Like, I'm not a social media person. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have that many followers, but once I made an Instagram per se, like I don't have that many followers,
Mhm.
but like the followers that I have opposed to like what I follow,
Mhm.
it's like I think that people just be like attracted to you. So I'm not gonna say how many followers because
No, what I say
you could
about
be
like
yourself.
the followers, I mean like the whole 36K. I think people start feeling themselves.
Oh
If
yeah,
I go on your
Mm.
page, you had a
yeah.
solid 3,000. Like, okay, like we 26, 25, 24, 23, like 28, 30. Like, you might had a ran across a couple of 3,000s from your, your friends.
Wait, what you mean by run across?
Like just what's your name on social media? Like
Yeah.
those people tag you. You get. I'm think like realistic.
Mm.
You don't know 36.6K
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, like. So that's what I mean by like your following.
Mm.
You're either a social media person or you're really not into it.
Mm.
I've had my social media since I was in freaking high school, and I only got like 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
I'm not really into that. Like, you go on my social media account, it's just you can tell I don't go and take professional pictures, and
Yeah.
I'm me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in front of that like that mirror
Yeah.
and do what I gotta do. I don't have people here come take a picture of me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So like, I think that I can tell a person like you're being authentic versus you just. I'm not even saying that you're just trying to fit in, because you could very well be that type of person,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
that extra person. I'm not
Mhm.
mad at that, but I think that all that photo shoot and all that's not really you being your full authentic self.
Mm.
So So to answer your question, I think that you can tell for like if you're a social media person versus if you're yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
off of
So
a
you can
screen.
tell a lot about a person just based on followers, the content that they produce. I believe
Definitely.
in like you get to tell your own story based on your page and what story you want other people to know about you as
Yeah.
a Scorpio. Period.
Yeah, it
I
depends
think you
on
can be whoever you want to be on social media.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, for sure. But then
That's-
you can also be yourself
You can also be yourself.
Yeah.
on social
But
media.
how, if we look up the percentage of how many people are being themselves on social media, 100%. You get, if we're doing 100%.
But that's what makes you stand out.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
The
about
people that's being their true, authentic self, that's like 5%.
but it's not unrealistic.
It's
to
not
be yourself.
unrealistic.
And
but
I mean, then you happen
in this
to
day
have,
and age,
then you happen to have a good following.
You
That's
not
because
even
you're
about
probably
to-
you.
really get acknowledged if you just being yourself for real. That's
Mm.
why all these new teeth, BBLs,
Or maybe you
no
will.
shade.
Or maybe you will. You don't know where it gets
I
you because a
mean-
lot of people don't be themselves. So who's to say that you not gonna be seen?
I'm not saying that you won't get seen, but
People scared to be themselves on social media. Maybe people will like that more.
maybe I think that you have to like see it in like the real deal, like in real life.
Like, okay, so you could see a page, you could be interested and thought like, oh, this person seems interesting based on what they've put out. I would like to do X, Y, and Z. X being like, I would like to get to know them better. I would maybe like to go out on a date. So like, does your brain process it that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will like go on your social media, look at
Your pictures?
profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll see. Maybe the only time you will really get to take me out on a date personally is if we know like mutuals.
Yeah.
Because I just feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like if we don't know anything, like you don't know nobody that I know, I just be kind of like,
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I be scared.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's like a complete no,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't want to end up in your trunk.
Yeah.
So
How is dating in Detroit?
dating in Detroit
Is it hard?
Yes, it's
dating in Detroit is a battlefield. It's like
it's so small. Like you're probably like, and then like the good men that you would say.
What,
5 is 5 of them.
5 good men?
Five good
what
men.
would be like a good man? Like a good man as far as like he doesn't cheat, like he comes home, he has a good job. What's a good man?
That
Okay.
like everything that you explained, those 9 to 5s, that's not in
That
the
really
hype,
loved
that
you,
don't
that would
care
show
about
you.
social media,
Mm.
that don't really care about being seen.
Mm.
They date.
Mm.
You know, like these social media celebrity. Detroit thinks that they're celebrity.
Mm.
That's what I mean by like you go to those Love Tequilas, the Night Owls, like the popping clubs here. These people is like trying to get booze down Julio.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the people that's not for me.
Mm.
Those people is not for anybody until you grow up mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's no way that you want to go and spend $500 in a booth.
But when
Well,
I
you
ask you
can-
take me out of the day, or
You don't-
or I ask, oh, if we're going out,
That's hard for you.
pull up to my house.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not pulling
First
up to
of
your
all, why
house.
do you want
What's
me to
there?
pull up to your house and I could be a serial killer?
And then,
Like
and then better yet, this is what they say.
I gotta see what your vibe like.
Yeah, I don't know if I know you.
I don't know if I could just be.
So,
out
so
in
you want me to
public
come to
and-
your house before we go out on a date?
Mhm.
Before we go out and have a drink?
So that's what y'all experience. You experience men saying, "Come to my house before we
Pull
go out to
up.
eat."
pull up?
Okay.
Pull up. That's
Pull
what
up.
they say.
Okay. So
And then
new.
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, that 1% chance when you pull up to their house, they could take you out. They
Gotcha.
find you attractive. You know, you met the restaurant check, the restaurant check.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to go on a freaking date with you. I can
Yeah.
go out with my homegirls anytime.
Yeah.
Like I can take myself out to the bar. Like you're nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the females make these men feel like they somebody.
But going back to how you said in the older days, it was, can I take you out?
Mm.
It was, I like you. What's your number? Can I take you out?
I feel like that's what I experienced. Like
Hello?
with Dante and I feel like we had met online and we had been trying to connect for like 3-4 months.
Mhm.
And I found out after we had actually met, I found out that he was living in Detroit and Dallas part time and it just wasn't working out. But like the moment that we did, I was like, hey, can you send me? I've shared this with him, but the picture that he sent me, he looked like a drug dealer, and I was like, no, absolutely not. Like that's not kind of who I go for. But I also was like, I don't know. For me as a gay man, I'm like, I was thinking, you know, low key DL, like down low, no one knows.
Oh, with him.
Yeah, but this was just based off the
Of
picture
what
that
you
he sent me.
seen.
Yeah, I
For
think he had
sure.
like blonde hair. I think he was on the beach somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know. But I think fast forward when he came into my apartment, I was like, wow, we're both all smiles. And from there, of course, we kind of took the initiative to like ask, or he asked me out for a date the next day. But I feel like he was in a mind frame of, I already know I'm about to take him out on a date. But you're saying at 26, that is not the process, at least in Detroit, of a man wanting to court or date you.
Very
like it's
rare.
very much on
Court you.
his terms.
It's very,
It's his world now.
Rare.
This is a man's world
Uh-huh.
now.
Uh-huh.
There's
Has-
no,
and I'm
There's
not going to
no-
blame the men. I'm not going to blame the men. I'm going
these
to
men,
I'm going to
these
blame
women
the
make
women
it so easy for them.
Why do you think they make it easy for him?
because they want a man.
Mm.
They want a man, and then these days, like I'm pretty sure, like social media, for example, is either they say that we're the new men, we're
Where you get
the
the
money
money
makers.
Mhm.
I don't believe in that.
I feel like when a guy has like posed a question around like, oh, you big money, I'm like, mm-mm.
I'm
Yes.
straight.
Go. Go.
That's the part. But like women, I'm not playing. Like they literally take that and run with it. I really think they want, like
Trying
control
to prove
of
a
men.
point.
Yeah,
They trying to prove a point that.
Well, you think
oh,
women are trying to prove a point?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm gonna pay for the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open his door. I said, if I gotta do all this extra stuff, how you say, Christine? Wear a skirt when I come grab you.
yeah, because if
You
you
want
take,
me to?
because say for example, a man.
They feel like they the prize, and I'm gonna chase them.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like
Yeah.
these men feel like they the prize, and these women supposed to just bow down, blah blah blah. Like, as I'm like that conversation of the whole what a man's supposed to be doing, what a woman's supposed to be doing. The minute
I don't feel like
that
it should be a
come about,
conversation.
I'm
Yeah.
not having it with you.
Yeah.
I know everything I need to know about you.
It's crazy because I feel like this is why I was so wowed with the conversation, because I'm like, I know we're not that much like different in age as far as that goes, but I also know that I didn't experience that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Yep.
there is definitely a new age of dating. There's a new era of dating, and it's just not what I'm used to. And I feel like for other people as well as myself, I always am telling myself like there is literally nothing out here in these streets.
It's
And
nothing.
when you do have someone that is good, like hold on to them.
But I don't think that that's a good.
I don't think that people even know when they got somebody good. I think at this point in our generation, I feel like it's whoever just give you that attention. Who like people are just so afraid of being alone, or maybe I've been dealing with this person for 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years, too long. You need to get rid of them.
Yeah.
You don't have a ring on your finger. You're not a fiance. You're not a wife. Like you're nothing
Yeah.
but a girlfriend. Like
Yeah.
I just the matter of I've been dealing with this person. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
The
that's
minute that you leave them alone, that's when all your blessings and all your who you supposed to be with comes
Yeah,
along. And I don't
yeah.
think people understand that.
Do you feel that when people search for love, like you have a hard time finding it?
You're
But
definitely not supposed to search for it.
yeah.
I don't think
No,
that
you're not supposed to.
I think
search
that
for
when
it.
you go out, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bar and the first nice woman or man I see, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
no. I think that you obviously you can get anybody number you want. I think that you can explore and stuff, but I feel like when you're searching for it, it's so hard. But when you just chilling, like when it's a whole natural type of thing, I think that's how you know.
I
Like
can
I wasn't
agree.
looking for this.
I can agree.
It just came about.
Yeah.
Like
I would definitely say with Dante and I was very adamant with people about like I am not searching for anything. So like don't bring it my way. And a
don't.
lot of people don't like that because they are searching for their next thing. And not to say that Dante and I didn't talk about that at the beginning, but it just flowed naturally and it felt right and it felt good and it felt like this was right on time.
Because and then for starters,
And I think with you and my uncle, I feel like y'all love yourself.
that's what I was just about to say. Like I was about to say, for
You have
starters,
to absolutely love yourself.
You have
Yeah.
to carry yourself in a way to meet what you want to attract. Because when I can honestly say, when I was with somebody, like, and I had a boyfriend, it was actually my first boyfriend. Like, I never had a boyfriend. I mean, I don't count when I was in middle school,
Yeah.
but when I was 23 and he asked me, like, men, a lot of people say that men are dumb. And I always say, like, men are not dumb.
Logical.
Probably they're very logical. When you meet a man, he listen. A man is gonna listen to you
Yeah.
because he's gonna say like, am I gonna? It depends on what I'm gonna do with this person at the end of the day. And I feel like I wanted love so bad at one point in my life that like it was this man that came into my life and he like literally like wanted to be with me. He like loved by me. And like I was so like in tune with him. Like I really like just loved the fact that he had asked me to be his girlfriend. Like he told me that he loved me.
Yeah.
That was the most traumatizing time of my life.
After like y'all made things official?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I wanted a man so bad.
You were willing to accept whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point like I never gave myself time to heal. And like I'm not even gonna probably say heal. I was probably just young and just, experiencing. But like I wanted love so bad. I would just deal with stuff from like anybody and anybody who would give me love. It was like I was taking it.
Yeah.
So he made me like open my eyes to like this is not what I want.
This is not what I want.
This is not love.
Yeah.
Like
But
I got
think that
so skinny.
You noticed it because you started realizing within who you were.
But like after that, like I lost so much weight. Like my hair got so short. Like I was stressed being with him. Like, I had my own everything, and he had moved from out of town to Detroit. And I'm thinking like, oh, he's gonna be different. Like, no, but he listened to me and he knew like at the end of the day, like that's what I wanted was love. So he loved by me.
How would you encourage young girls to find love knowing what you know now in this new era of dating?
It sounds cliche because I used to hate when people tell me like, love yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds so cliche, but like after that, I got so into with God. Like I got baptized. I started looking at devotionals.
Yeah.
I started like I even had to go to therapy because I got anxiety so bad. Like, but I would really say like love, like know yourself, like know what you want before you get into with anybody, dating, in a relationship. Because, okay, say for example, if you date somebody, right? You know yourself.
Yeah.
You know that I like to go out.
I like to cook.
I like to cook.
I like to hang out with my friends.
Drink.
Yeah.
I like to hang out with my friends and my family. So when you get with somebody, they have to be willing to accept that.
Yeah.
Like relationships don't work and dating don't work because you have to change yourself. I don't feel like what's for you, you would never have to change yourself.
Do you feel like you evolve in relationships though?
You can.
You can.
Yeah. Evolve in a good way around like, well, I have to
Yes.
compromise in this way because I know that this is important to this person.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about
But you like me
a
because you know
relationship
that
is about compromise. And
Yeah.
compromising is not saying that I agree with you and you agree with me. It's we come to a common ground and that's what it is.
and it's gonna
not,
work.
Oh yeah. He said that he don't like my best friend, so I'm gonna stop hanging out with her. I'm gonna stop calling her less. That's just something that you
I
gotta
like
deal
my
with.
best friend.
I love my best friend,
for
so
a reason.
we
Yeah.
don't have to deal with her.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to deal with her.
Yeah.
Because like what you mean?
What kind of men do you go after? I feel like you said 9 to 5 earlier.
I have to go after a 9 to 5.
Okay.
All of that, get it out the mud, get it off the streets. Like that's cool. But it's like
We
when
got
you get
bills.
that 20,000 and then you lose that 20,000 and then you have nothing. And I'm a working woman. It's like, okay, you expect from me.
Yeah.
You're my man. Like we doing this. I'm not gonna say I'm a like give up on you. But I think that people get comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you only got so long. Like the same way I get up tired, like crying, like I hate going to work. You need to do something.
Yeah.
You don't have any money. So you need to go be like doing everything you need to do. With that 9 to 5, I feel like that's just, you're going to always find a way to get some money.
Yeah.
Like them 9 to 5, I mean, them street people. They
You
just be
need to
feeling
have
like,
a 9 to 5 and a hustle.
You need to have
you
a 9
say
to
you
5 and a
can?
hustle?
Yes, you need to.
Oh.
As far as the men.
So you go after 9 to 5s too?
Yes. And
the hustle is cool.
hustle.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the hustle. There's nothing wrong with the hustle. But like I said, you just need to just always know what you about to do next.
Yeah.
Because
that's what the
as
hustle come
women,
in
we
at.
always know what we about to do next. So it's not like I'm not going to be there for you, but you only got so long to be broke.
I saw something on Twitter where it was talking about how, and I could be wrong, so I'm about to make a very bold statement that like women sometimes always know who their next man is.
No.
Maybe I'm not saying that right.
No, I know what you like. Oh my God, I'm not playing. Social media, I read some posts and it'd be like, shut up.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep
going.
going
Like,
because
shut
then
up.
it's so.
I be wanting to make a whole paragraph, but I'm like, this ain't even, they would never understand. I'm
like
just
the
talking to
posters that
myself.
say certain things like, oh, I don't look for nothing new. Like I'm staying with my old stuff. Like I look at it and be like,
Yeah,
that's
all
disgusting.
that weird stuff. Like, you ugly. You need to shut up talking. Like,
That's not good advice.
that's the type of people that hate themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those, I'm just gonna stay with them because that's just
Who
what
I'm
I know.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
You're disgusting. You
So-
done slept with all these different men. He done slept with all these different women, and now y'all gonna meet back and think that y'all about to just run off into the sunset. And that's why you gotta beat people up.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because you didn't make these other people get in tune with your relationship. And now you want to say, "Oh yeah, nah, you."
I'm just stay with them.
Yeah, no,
I'm
they just delusional. Like, no, you made them delusional. You made that man, you made that woman delusional. Now you back with your little thing that you think is your soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
And now y'all got all these people, and y'all wonder, y'all didn't make these people catch feelings for y'all. And that's hurtful.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic. Y'all don't love each other. Y'all just there because y'all think y'all always find yourselves back to each other. That's toxic.
Yeah.
And then the worst
And
advice.
That's how people get killed.
Yeah.
And like I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying our feelings is serious.
Yeah.
Like that's a serious thing. Like you don't play with people.
I was just
You
saying
know what I mean?
on,
Like that's
I think I said on
unfortunate.
Twitter and Facebook, like sometimes emotions are so strong, but they're also very healthy to let go, because I think as Scorpios, I don't know about me, but I feel things just so strongly.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh
like,
my
this
goodness.
is taking over me. I gotta back up.
I have to do
But
what's
you know what
best
I
for
had to
me.
learn as a Scorpio, and I was telling Cassie, like, because a friend of ours, had like betrayed us
Mm.
in a way, and Cassie was like, like, I don't care. It's just like she wasn't in tune with her emotion. I said the thing about healing is to be very in tune with your emotions. So it's okay to feel everything that you feel.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel it. That's how you're supposed to like
Understand what's going on. Yeah.
Like and really like grasp like, okay, how am I going to go about it? But if you go against how you feel, you're never. That's what makes you delusional. That's what makes you like.
Yeah.
You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be like, you literally have to feel everything that you're feeling. Even if you think that you're crazy, even if like, why am I crying? It's not that serious. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're crying
that serious
because
it's a natural response from your body. Yeah.
That's how you feel.
So you would tell little girls, like, 1, go understand who you are. 2, start loving on yourself. You're saying like loving on yourself. Take yourself out on dates. Hang out with your friends. Get close with God. Exercise. Like, those are all very tangible
Doing things that you love to do when you don't have a man.
Yeah.
Think about always remember what you like to do.
Get your nails done
before a man is involved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get a man, that's just
It's an elevation.
Yeah.
They compliment you.
They compliment
It's a plus.
It's a plus.
Yeah. What about education in school? Do you believe in girls going to like follow the dreams, whether it be to like become an esthetician or like something in like beauty? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like, to your point, when men come into your life, it should be to compliment you, but you should be able to do everything that you want to do. Yeah. I feel like some girls get lucky with men coming into their life.
But you have to understand, a man,
which is not a problem. If you get lucky,
and then
sometimes
lucky.
That's perfect.
If you can't really like, all this stuff costs. Don't get me wrong. So if you know yourself and you doing it on the side, like if you got a 9 to 5, you like, hey, let me do your hair. Let me do your makeup, but I'm not licensed. If you meet a man, if you can't afford your school, a man could come
because he loved you. He
boss you up.
What's best for you.
Yeah.
Like
he'll want to make it happen for you.
That's somebody that care for you.
Yeah.
That's somebody that's supporting your dreams. Not somebody that's gonna come in your life and try to like, you doing it by yourself. 50-50.
Yeah.
Shut up.
50-50 win.
50-50. Shut up. Like I don't even like. I don't get into that conversation.
What role do you think family plays in dating and like relationships? Because I feel like when you get with a person, when you're dating a person, when you're engaged to the person, when you're married to the person, all of that plus their family.
Plus, I feel like we all remember the bad when you with somebody. Like when you're in a relationship, you know all the bad stuff. Like, oh, he just pissed me off. Like, he just irritated me. Like, oh, my goodness. I can't. But we don't never, if you really think about it, when we talk to our family about stuff, it's never like, oh, he just got me this ring. He loves to date me. He knows what I like to eat. He brings me lunch. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We fail to leave that part out. So, me going to tell my family, like, oh, he just told me I'm ugly as fuck to him. Like, you feel me? And now all our family members is looking at, like, you call my sister ugly. You call my daughter ugly.
Yeah.
Then I bring him around. And then this is like, y'all all looking at him like, you disrespectful.
Right. You disrespectful.
You know what I mean? So I don't feel like you're supposed to tell them the bad things. Like, I'm not saying that you're supposed to brag, like, oh, yeah, he treats me like I'm just, like, on top of the moon, like, on top of the clouds. Like, I'm not saying that, but I think that you not supposed to discuss your relationship until you're absolutely ready to leave them. Because you got all these views, and then now you looking at me like, oh, you dumb as fuck. He just called you ugly as hell.
Right.
And now you just...
I could say I've done that before. Like, I think when we're vulnerable and when things are happening internally, like sometimes you do just want a listening ear. I feel like I've had some friends where in relationships, I've come to them about certain stuff, and then that is their image and that's their perception of the person. And sometimes you hate it because you're like, damn, I've already displayed or I've already shared all this information about this person. So like now they look to them to be this way. When in fact, you could be feeling something different. Like you could be feeling, I'm on top of the moon. So what you're
Yeah.
doing behind the scenes is like trying to comfort them to be like, no, this is who he really is. No, girl, it's okay that you shared that. But also I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like we have to be okay with just that. Like we have good days, we have bad days. And maybe there was a bad day that we did have in relationships, but that's just a relationship.
Yeah.
I hate when I feel like people know your relationship better than you do. And I
I
feel
think
like
that's just you, those people just being extra. I lay with this person every day.
yeah.
I'm with this person every day. So what I told you, like, you just can't take that and run with it. If I forgave them, you're gonna have to forgive them until I
Yeah.
don't forgive them
Yeah.
anymore.
I get that.
What?
I definitely get that. But sometimes like
You get what part?
the whole sometimes you just want to listen to ear.
Oh yeah.
But like people that like genuinely loves you, like me, I'm so like I love my friends and I love my family. So like I'm on the outside looking in. So like you could tell me like, oh, so and so did this. Like it's little things that like, girl, forgive him. You know. But then there's some things that's be like, how can you forgive him?
Yeah.
Like, cause I hold my friends up, my family up to like a certain standard. So it's just like, now if I was doing that, you'll be mad at me.
Yeah.
But like,
So it's the principle.
it's the principles.
Yeah,
like,
it's always the principle.
stop.
Sure.
Like you're laying with him, so you're probably your mind is not there.
Yeah.
Cause you know that deep down inside that made you sad. That's what you got to talk about.
Right.
That's why you're talking about it. And that's how I am. Like people think that I'm like mad or like I'm being away, but it's just like I genuinely love you, and that's where I
yeah,
do have
you
to
shouldn't
start
tell
shutting
me
up.
certain stuff. But that's what I mean.
I do have to start shutting
Like,
up.
you
and
shouldn't
listening.
tell me like, okay, it's the... Of course, I want
But your
that opening ear. I want somebody to just shut up and listen to me. I don't even want your opinion on this.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want like unsolicited advice, I think is what
For
they call it.
sure.
Like sometimes it is, I just really want you to listen. But I feel like we also have to lead with that too. Like, I'm about to tell you something. I really just want you to listen right now. Please don't say anything. Like, I just need to get this out. Do we always lead with that? I feel like we don't.
No,
like
no, we don't.
like we call somebody, girl, like I need to talk to somebody.
And you just start running off at the mouth.
Yeah.
It's never...
and then when they put that
please,
input in,
I'm not calling you for your opinion. I'm just calling you just to be that listening ear.
Yeah.
So,
but y'all don't think that's what make y'all like
you can't
stay into
like,
situations that y'all shouldn't be in? Cause
you don't want to hear it.
being vulnerable, yeah.
But that's why I be saying.
That's how
what
you
I was getting
know.
at. After so long, like I could be your listening ear the first time, the second time, third time. But if I keep hearing the same stuff, it's like, girl, I don't even care. Like, if you don't even want to talk to me until you in that relationship, like I have to tell you.
Yeah.
It's stupid at this point.
But that's how you know
now,
that you're being.
we just got to be.
But that's how you know that
realistic.
you're being away, and that's how you know that like that's not for you. Because if you just want me to listen and not say anything, take your own advice.
Yeah.
You just want me to listen and not say anything. Why? Because you know that I'm going to say something that you don't
Yeah.
like. Because you know that you're being.
I feel like
I'm
both
not saying dumb.
I feel like both can exist. Like I feel like you can still say I want just a listening ear and nothing else. Because I feel like when you do have a relationship, more than likely you're venting to somebody that you care about, that y'all like
Yeah,
have
for sure.
years or months or some kind of time on your relationship, and you feel comfortable with sharing it because maybe this is what they've given you over the time to where it makes you feel comfortable in that moment, or it gives you reassurance. You know what I mean? But I also know that, again, you shouldn't tell your friends all your business because a lot of times, and I'm learning this more often, like, some friends really want to see you happy. Some friends really
When
want
they
to
wanna
see
see
you
you,
in
that's
your
channels.
current. Well, and I feel like that's the truth. Yes, what you just said, but I also feel like there's a balance between not just shambles, but I feel like sometimes it's not that they don't want to see you happy, but they
They're
they
their own friend.
care. They care in their own way, but some people only have a limited ability to care for you in such a way to where it's gonna be good for you and good for your benefit.
I don't think that that's true.
Okay.
I think that some people genuinely value friendships like me.
Yeah.
Like I value friendships and relationships so much to the point that like people would probably think that like I'm mad, or like some people would probably think like, oh, I don't sometimes like I don't want to call Kristen
Mm.
because like I'm very passionate.
She extra.
Yeah, like I love my friends. Like
Yeah.
so I'm gonna put you up to like a high standard. Like no.
Yeah.
Like and how y'all say like like venting. It's certain thing that like like petty stuff like, oh yeah, like he was being mean to me, like he didn't kiss me before I went to work today. That's like okay, vent, but like that's something that bothers you. But like if it's something that like it's like no to me, like if there's something it's something that's like disgusting, like you're not okay with that. Like or like I'm your friend. So like I listen to what you say. I know what you like. And I have a twin. So like my sister can tell me like, oh, he did this today. He did that. I should be like, do you really like that? Are you really okay with that?
Yeah.
But some people can really make themselves be okay with something that they're not okay with. And I really want people to know like it's okay to not be okay with something and like really speak on it.
Yeah.
Even if it like ruins something, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Girl, that takes a lot of pride
So like your friends
to speak on stuff that they really don't want to speak on.
but that's how but that's you. And that's where stuff go wrong at.
I feel like that's too much, like, right?
And that's why people in predicaments that they want to be in. And then some people don't know how to be a friend. So how you said, like, some people it's friends that want to see you doing bad, and some people that want to see you doing good. But like, I'm the friend that wants to see you doing great. Be
Yeah.
better than me. Some stuff I speak on because like I done been through it, and I don't speak on stuff unless I acknowledge myself on it or I've been through it. Be better than me.
Yeah.
So if I heard something like similar to me, girl, don't do it. Be better.
Yeah.
Like be better than me.
I get it. I feel like when we think about friendships and we think about how friendships affect our own selves and how you learn, or they say you have to be a friend to get a friend. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I feel like everyone's definition of friend is not the same thing.
That's
You know
the
what I
part.
mean? And I think also social media plays a part into that.
And then how you gonna be a friend? I mean, how you gonna be a girlfriend if you can't be a friend?
Yeah.
It's relationships.
Yeah.
How are you going? And then like the role when people try to say the thing like, say for example, I'm your friend, right? But then you tell me about a man.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, but your friend can't give you what a man can get.
What is that?
What is
The
that?
only thing the only difference,
I can't have sex with you.
I can't have sex with you.
Yeah.
So that means
That's the only thing.
that means that your loyalty.
You're
That's
not
just
a
like
good.
money.
You're not a good person.
You're not a good. You're
If
not.
you
a good
can't be a
person.
good friend. You can't be a good girlfriend, a good wife.
That's just like
all of
money.
that is combined in being a friend.
I feel like in the work of knowing yourself,
Knowing yourself, and that all goes back to loving yourself.
it does. Do you feel like therapy should be promoted while dating?
Yes.
Like, is that something that you ask, like, when you start to date somebody, when you start to know somebody, or you're getting to know the person, do you ask them, like, are you in therapy? Are y'all in therapy?
I was.
Okay.
Yes, and I feel like that was the best thing for me.
Yeah.
But like therapy, if you don't know, like, because that's just like talking. It's literally like talking to a stranger. So like, if I could talk to my twin all day, she can have her advice for me because she knows me. But opposed to you, you don't know me. So you literally have to like, I have to take advice from you. So if my sister tell me like, you're extra, you're like, you do too much, people can't deal with that. And then if you meet me and you tell me the same thing, like, well, maybe Kristen, you have to start calming down. Of course I gotta be like, so you can't go to therapy and you can't take advice without taking accountability.
Mm.
And that's what I think. Like, therapy, I think it's like a hit or a miss with therapy. I think that people have sessions, and it kind of like give them pointers on how to control their emotions or whatever it is that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Um,
I think for
I'm
me, it gives me the ability to process my emotions a little bit
for
better.
sure,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
that's what I'm like. It's different pointers of being you.
Yeah.
From somebody that you don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm not saying that at all. But I think that from people that don't know you, they can tend to say the same thing as somebody who do know you. And then that's kind of when you start paying attention. Because a lot of people don't say, oh yeah, my therapist. Oh yeah, my therapist said the same thing. It's always, oh, everybody's saying the same thing about me. So that's what made me start paying attention.
Do you feel like there's a word of like being over therapized? Like when you've had too much therapy? No?
Mm.
No? Okay.
I mean, like I said, I think that therapy sessions could be you just on the phone with somebody that don't know you like that.
Yeah.
And you just finally just letting it out because people are so afraid of somebody judging them or telling the next person, like with me, I think that I'm so cool with just being myself because I really don't care. I
Mm.
don't care. Whatever I tell you, I'm cool. I will tell you myself. Like a lot of people, like anybody that knows me would be like, yeah, like she's gonna always tell the same story to the next person. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm not saying that people who go to therapy is battle. I just think that it's just accountability, you living in your truth, and you just being you without worrying about what people would think, feel. Like you don't care about nobody's opinions. And I've always been that type of person.
Do you think, speaking of therapy, do you think that people have to be whole before you get into a relationship? Or do you think that people can kind of be imbalanced individually, like in their own right and respect, but still come together to like make something beautiful?
Definitely.
The second
the
part.
second one, yeah.
I think that I don't want you to be just perfect. I don't want you to be trying to tell me how to be perfect. I'm still like flawed. Everybody is flawed. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
So you just coming at me like, yeah, I think that you should do that.
Yeah.
You need to take those shoes off. And if you don't take those shoes off, I need you to mop that foot stain like immediately.
Mhm.
I don't even need you to lay down. Like, I think that you just need time to be unbalanced.
Yeah.
You have to, because you'll find that balance.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she liked to cook. He liked to clean. She liked to wash.
There's a balance.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
And then maybe
I think that's unrealistic
and
for,
then maybe
for
I'm
somebody to
not
just be
whole.
whole coming in a
Yeah.
relationship.
you can't. I don't
How
think
do
that
I know that you for me
can
if you
be
just
whole.
whole?
I feel like we're always
You just the perfect match for me.
I feel like we're
come on.
always evolving. You know what I mean? And I think that yes, there are maybe people that may be in their better right, sort of say, when it comes to being therapy and like knowing what works for them, what doesn't work for them. But I also feel like there's active work that should be happening inside the relationship for you to become a better, not a better person, but just maybe have like better awareness around how you show up in a relationship or how you show up for yourself.
Communication.
Yeah.
Comprehension.
I'm such a big person on, to your point, loving yourself, and like you should have dedicated days to where it is all about you and it's not about anybody else.
Mhm.
It's not about your partner, because I feel like you are an individual before you're with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like at the end of the day, I'm not going to say you have you, because I feel like we get into relationships to always have someone.
For sure.
And to have connection, to have stability, to have a future, to have a family, the list goes on. But I also think that just two people working on themselves individually, I feel like that's such a beautiful thing to experience.
And that's what makes the team work. Like, even if I like going to church and I like, reading the Bible, hypothetically speaking, like everybody's not the same way.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. So, but if I do it, if I say, oh, let's go to church every Sunday
Mm.
before you met me, and then you can you can start going like that's what's making us whole.
Mhm.
Like we were put here to have somebody.
Mhm.
So I think that it is unrealistic to come into a relationship or anything wholesome.
Yeah.
No,
I
you can say
understand.
that I want
That's
some
so
wholesome because
unrealistic. Yeah.
I'm not okay. Like
Yeah.
I can think that because I did so good by myself
Yeah.
that I don't know how to be with somebody else right now. Like I don't know what you like.
Mhm.
I don't know.
They
Like
didn't been with other
I have to
people.
tell
and
you what
done
I
been out with
like.
other people.
Yep. I gotta tell you what I like, and then you gotta tell me what you like,
Mhm.
Sure.
and that's what's gonna make us whole.
Yeah.
We can't come at I think I could think that I'm wholesome, but I'm not,
Oh, I know everything.
and
You're
I
such
know
a know-it-all.
everything.
Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Because to your point, you don't know the person just yet,
You
and you're
don't.
working to know the person. I feel like there's a thing that's happening. I feel like in relationships where people are using the term "protect my peace," and I feel like it gives them the permission to block out everything that may cause them, I don't know, turmoil or anxiety or whatever the case may be. When I feel like, to the point earlier, sometimes it is about evolving and maybe like understanding who you are or knowing who you are just a little bit better. Do you think that evolvement happens in the relationship? But like, when I ask that, do you think that people know how long it takes to actually get there? Or are we just like, quick, quick, quick? Because everything is at our convenience. And I feel like when we're slightly inconvenienced, that's when we're like, nope, I'm blocking this out. Like you're blocking my peace or you're interrupting my peace. So I got to get rid of you.
Evolving is just, I think it's just more so, I would say going with the flow, but I feel like evolving can only happen if y'all understanding, comprehending where each other is coming from
Mhm.
when y'all do meet in the middle.
Mhm.
It gotta be that comprehension to get where y'all need to go.
Yeah.
To stay and y'all don't be like, okay, well,
No, it's
this is
about-
just what I'm
really
used to, what
yeah,
I'm doing,
yeah,
what
it's
I'm
about understanding each other.
Yeah, it's understanding. But that's why I say
Because if I'm blocking your
you
peace,
have to
am I really
communicate.
blocking your peace?
It's the comprehension though. That's the whole thing. Like we can talk all day long, but are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah. Do you?
So that's the elevation. That's why people go so long, because I think that the relationships end when it's just like, oh yeah, I don't got to deal with this. It's so easy for That's not what, like, loving yourself don't mean just because the first
it
slight
is.
inconvenience
Yeah.
they don't get where you're saying. You
Because
have to
am I
talk to
really
them.
blocking your peace, or are you just not understanding
You just
me?
so you just so used to what you used to.
Yeah.
You just
You're not
shooting it
understanding.
down.
Yeah.
So it comes off as nagging. It comes off as I'm irritated, or I'm selfish, or I'm mean. But am I really, or are you
Yeah.
not used to that? Are you not
So
understanding
to
me,
answer
and I'm
your
not
question,
understanding
it's
you?
definitely a process
Yeah.
evolving.
Yeah.
It's not gonna just
It's ever changing. Like it's always.
And it's
always.
really, and it's really
always.
about
Just like
if I
we're
like you.
26 and you 29. We've never been 27. You've
Yeah.
never been 30.
Yeah.
We've never been 28. You've never been 31. Like
Yeah. So you just never know.
you changing within yourself mentally. You didn't been through situations with work, friendships, a whole bunch of stuff that just change your perspective about life.
Mhm.
Period. So
Mhm.
you always changing. They
Have
just
you-
got to be willing to do that with you.
I agree. Have you ever dated outside your race?
No.
Okay. Would y'all try it?
Mm-hmm.
You would? You sound giddy.
Right. We didn't.
Are you
deal with all
dating
this
outside
extra
your
stuff.
race?
No,
No? Okay.
no. I think I'm kind of laughing because it's like I always thought about that. Like I would be so nervous,
Mm.
I'm nervous anyway.
but I definitely will, because it's definitely will be a so different experience.
So different experience.
I'll be like, what am I doing?
I feel like
How you doing?
when people start interracially dating, I feel like you truly get to understand a lot about the person and their culture and how they were like raised. And I feel like in any relationship, I feel like you always lead with curiosity. So you're like curious around, how does my culture merge and how does your culture
yes.
merge to become something beautiful?
I think that'll kind of be easier though,
You think so?
because now you don't have nothing else to talk about but the differences between
Yeah.
I'm African American and you're Asian, Caucasian,
Mm-hmm.
And then we
African,
have so
like,
much to think about.
you don't have nothing else to talk about. You
Yeah.
got to think. But when it's African American, now we just
Yeah.
Then we have to think about our
back
families.
at square one. Oh yeah, bringing the baby into the world. You know, like
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed this.
Like our families and stuff, you gotta think about it. Like, would your mom like me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, would your family like me? Like, I'm gonna be so different, and then like vice versa. Like, it's nothing that's the same about us.
Mhm.
So that would be cool though.
yeah,
Mhm.
that I think it probably work better for real.
I
I'm
would
not
say
saying
like
work better.
yeah.
I'm not saying like I'm just.
No,
you
I,
know.
I wasn't gonna disagree with that. I was just gonna give
I
my
wasn't
own.
saying that. I just literally just thought like I'm not saying it just would just be like the absolute just great idea,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that as far as dating overall, you'll have to sit down and think about who you are and who they are,
Yeah.
and then y'all have to at that point
Mm.
Yeah.
comprehend with each other to know like, oh yeah,
That'll be
like,
a so cool experience.
Yeah. I've loved this conversation. Yes. Yes. I feel like we unpack so much, but I also feel like there should probably be a part 2 to this.
definitely.
Yeah.
Cause we got so much to fit. Like,
It's like never ending.
It is. I feel like as we are, we're always ever changing, and I feel like we're always learning more about females and males and just different people just in general. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And like different outtakes and like the way we think.
Yeah.
It's definitely all different type of.
I feel like we're
Opinions.
alike but different in so many ways.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, more than we think. Well, I feel like this is probably concluding our episode with you all. Again, I feel like there were so many things that I have to go home and unpack myself. Just about awareness and how I'm showing up in my relationship for real.
Yeah.
Because I always, again, just like to lead with curiosity and not think that I understand something fully,
Definitely,
especially when I'm trying to get to understand somebody and know somebody better. And I feel like in relationships, we're always learning the person, just like y'all said.
Nonstop.
Yeah. So if you don't know, I hope you all are subscribing, liking, and sharing this podcast with your friends, your family, your loved ones. And again, we really like to practice transparency and truth. And if you're not doing that, then we invite you to do so.
Please.
And also ask questions.
Yes.
Under
Yes.
the video, so we can probably touch bases on how we feel and how y'all feel. That'd be cool.
I agree. I actually had some questions under my other video, and it kind of like wowed me in a sense because it truly was there were 2 random people and they share like their own take.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it just gives me a different perspective on
For
how
sure.
people may be
Yeah,
thinking, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Gotta be
outside of
open
who
to
you
that.
know. Yeah. Yeah, it was good, meaningful, and back and forth dialogue. So I appreciated that. But yes, if you're not living in your truth and if you're not practicing transparency and truth, then we invite you to do so because it really can be such a beautiful thing for your life.
Yes.
And you can use that to create the life that you want. So Cassie and Christin, thank you for your time and thank you for joining me on today's episode.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Until next time, y'all be well.